right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. It was something in the air. It was something in the air. I get nervous when we get closer. I feel it tearing and it leaves me speechless. The more I get, I'm so something more than I said. When you are on the water, something more than I said. Don't make my heart. Do you remember? Don't break my heart. Something more than I said. Don't break my heart. It was something in the air. It was something in the air.
Okay. Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get started, so please find your seat. Okay. Welcome to the opening business session of the Society of Professional Journalists 2023 convention. I'm Claire Regan, National President, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. Welcome to the convention. Welcome to Las Vegas. I've never been here. It's exciting, and it was even better walking through the halls and getting lots of hellos and reunions. I mean, that's what we come for, right? So felt really good. Glad to see all of you here, and thank you for coming to this session. So I have quite a bit of business to read, so excuse me for reading it, but it just helps us get acclimated to the process. So I'm going to start with the role of the convention governance in SPJ. And the annual convention of delegates is the supreme legislative body of the society. Delegates to this convention are charged with the responsibility of providing direction for the society as it seeks to serve the best interests of its members and all of journalism. In 2011, delegates at the National Convention in New Orleans approved a bylaws change that transformed the way SPJ elects members of its national board. In the past, candidates were selected by chapter delegates. Now, elections are inclusive of all members, one member, one vote. However, the Society's processes for bylaws, amendments, and resolutions have not changed. The main duties of the convention delegates are to consider important resolutions and bylaws changes. These are issues that will govern SPJ and help set its agenda for years to come. The bylaws of the Society require that the business meetings of the Society be run by Robert's Rules of Order. In interpreting those rules both today and during our closing business meeting, I will be assisted by our acting parliamentarian, Fred Brown, who is here today. Fred? Oh, yeah, just say hello to everybody. Thank you. As we get started today, I want to review the convention's voting procedures for bylaws amendments and resolutions. Voting is done by chapter and regional delegates. Each chapter in good standing with the national organization receives votes based on one vote for each 50 chapter members or fraction thereof. Regional delegates that represent unaffiliated members in each region are also calculated based on one vote for each 50 members or fraction thereof. Each delegate has been given a voting card with the number of votes assigned to that specific delegate by their chapter. If any delegate did not receive a voting card or has a question about their status, please see Jennifer Royer, Interim Executive Director. You can email her. She is actually not at the convention, who is handling the delegate process on site this year. That's not happening. So actually, you can see Rod Hicks. Rod, where are you? Can you tell everybody where you are? Rod Hicks is here representing Jennifer. You will need your voting card during our next business meeting on Saturday. Okay, now for the nominations report. At this time, I will present the nominees for the 2023 to 2024 Board of Directors of the Society. You can read their full bios at SPJ's Election Central or in our convention app. Some have submitted their campaign speeches to SPJ Election Central, and a Meet the Candidates forum is posted on the SPJ YouTube channel. And I'll ask them to stand if they're here. President-elect, 2 candidates. We have Emily Block, who I believe is not at convention, and we have Nicole Prano. Hi, Nicole. For Secretary-Treasurer, we have 2 candidates, Daniela Ibarra, and we have Michael Koretsky. We have 2 candidates for at-large Director of the Society. Sorry, there are 2 positions for at-large Director of the Society, and we have 4 candidates. The at-large directors are elected to the board serving a 2-year term. The candidates are Nicole DeCrisio, Joanna Hernandez, hi, Chris Vaccaro, and Wesley Wright. Okay. This year, 6 regions are having an election for regional coordinator via electronic ballot as well. Regional coordinators do not sit on the SPJ Board of Directors. We have 1 candidate for Region 2 coordinator, and that is Stephanie Overman. We have 3 candidates for Region 3 coordinator, Michael Koretsky, Sal Morales, and Rafael Almeida. For Region 6 coordinator, we have 1 candidate, Joe Radsky. Region 7 coordinator, 1 candidate, Loretta McGraw. Region 8 coordinator, 2 candidates, Melissa Inage and Laura Garcia. Region 10 coordinator, 1 candidate, Donald Myers. Region 11 coordinator, 1 candidate, Ankita Kumar. And Region 12 coordinator, 1 candidate, Jennifer Ellis. In accordance with SPJ's bylaws, all members of the society in good standing 7 days before the date and time balloting begins are eligible to vote for officers and at-large directors. Members will receive an electronic ballot via email at the close of today's business session. Do I have a motion to accept the committee's report of nominees? Thank you. Lauren Bartlett is making a motion. Thank you very much. Do I have a second? Thank you, Bill. All those in favor say aye. The motion carries. Thank you. And now for some convention resolutions information. Your delegate information sheet contains information about submitting resolutions for consideration by the convention. Our resolutions committee chairman is Dan Kubisky. If you or your chapter has resolutions for consideration that have not already been submitted to the committee, please do so immediately. Send them as a Word document attachment to Dan Kubisky. I'm going to spell out his email address. It's dkubisky, DKUBISKE, @gmail.com before 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. We're giving Eastern times. If you forget the email address, you can see Rod. Rod, can you just raise your hand again so people know where you are? Okay, good. Thank you, Rod. Okay. The resolutions proposals will be available after noon Eastern, Saturday. Delegates should stop by the SPJ convention registration desk to pick up a copy prior to voting during the business session Saturday afternoon. Resolution proposals will also be available via the convention app. Okay, now on to a great part of our opening session, and as Chapter of the Year awards. I'd like to take a moment before we adjourn to present some special awards to our chapters around the country for their outstanding work. SPJ's Circle of Excellence Awards honor chapters both large and small in 4 key categories: First Amendment and Freedom of Information activity, campus relations and scholarship activities, activities promoting diversity among journalists, and professional development and continuing education programs. I'm happy to announce the winners this year, and I hope you'll join me in applauding all their incredible efforts. To the winning chapters, please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Following the meeting today, please see Lou Harry to pick up your certificates. For professional development and education, the Society recognizes Florida Pro Chapter as the large chapter and Valley of the Sun Pro Chapter as the small chapter. Let's have let's give them a round of applause. Florida Pro Chapter, are you here? Please stand. And how about Valley of the Sun Pro Chapter? Are you here? Please stand. Like I see Tim Igo through the spotlights. Okay, great. Congratulations. In the category of Freedom of Information, the large chapter winner is Chicago Headline Club. Are you here, Chicago? They are here. Congratulations. And the small chapter winners are the St. Louis Pro Chapter and Utah Headliners Chapter. Are you guys here? Congratulations. For special efforts in the area of diversity, we recognize a large chapter, Florida Pro Chapter, and a small chapter, Arkansas Pro Chapter. Congratulations. Lastly, in the category of campus relations, the Society applauds the efforts of large chapter recipient, Greater Los Angeles Pro Chapter, and a small chapter recipient, San Diego Pro Chapter. Do we have Los Angeles here? Congratulations. And San Diego? San Diego, good. Congratulations to each of the Circle of Excellence winners. Each year, the Society honors 2 chapters, a large chapter of 75 or more members and a small chapter of fewer than 75 members, for their commitment to SPJ's mission and exceptional chapter programming. I'm pleased to announce that in the large chapter category, the 2023 Chapter of the Year is awarded to the Chicago Headline Club. Stand up, Chicago, again. Could officers of the chapter please make their way to the stage while I highlight just some of the great things the chapter accomplished this year? Come on up. The Chicago Headline Club performed exceptionally in the area of freedom of information, which was recognized in their Circle of Excellence Award for First Amendment and FOI. Their FOIA Fest returned this year as a fully hybrid event, encompassing a day of in-person programming, which was also presented online in a live interactive format. This year's fest consisted of more than a dozen sessions, including in-depth conversations on using FOIA for groundbreaking journalism, hands-on workshops with experts and live Q&As with funders and public records officials. A total of 152 attendees included early career journalists, members of the public, and working reporters. Their FOIA Fest boot camp was created to provide young journalists of color with access to mentorships which are often unavailable inside traditional newsrooms. This year's cohort included 15 early career reporters who were paired with experienced journalists for guidance on a FOIA-driven project. The chapter also annually presents the Watchdog Award, which honors Chicago area journalists that defend and protect everyday folks. Typically built from lengthy FOI-driven investigations, award recipients call attention to situations in which the public is being harmed or poorly served by the government, institutions, or businesses at any level. Chicago Headline Club also provides ethics resources for journalists. The Ethics Advice Line for journalists continues to be a free, on-demand service offered to any journalist facing an ethical dilemma and in need of professional advice, even on a tight deadline. As part of a partnership between the Chicago Headline Club and Medill at Northwestern University, journalists can contact the Ethics Advice Online or call 866-DILEMMA. So congratulations to the Chicago Headline Club. Would you like to want to say hello? Are you the president? We have an acceptance speech.
This was impromptu, but I mean, most of us here, I mean, the FOIA Fest and a lot of the work that the Chicago Headline Club has done has been the work of years and years and years of people who aren't at the conference. And so I just want to acknowledge that many of them, women, people of color, people who really came together to create a safe space and a space that new journalists can learn. And then as a bonus, FOIA Fest is national. You can come. You're all invited. It's usually like an amazing event. We try to keep it really cheap as much as we can. So consider yourself invited in February. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Puente. I'm a reporter with WBEZ Radio out of Chicago. You probably heard of This American Life, Wait, Don't Tell Me. So that's who I work for. I'm also vice president of FOIA Fest for the Chicago Headline Club, and I'll be coming in as the chapter president in 2025. And I just want to say thank you to the National SPJ. And again, for FOIA Fest, if you ever get a chance to come to Chicago, that is the fest you want to go to. It's not, I mean, it is a festival, but we'll give you all the ins and outs of, FOIAing and the Freedom of Information Act. It's a great time over the weekend. And, don't listen to the headlines. Chicago is a great city. We're more than just pizza. We're more than just hot dogs, but not much more because those are great. But we have everything. So if you're ready to come to Chicago, we're ready to party with you and learn with you because we need strong journalists. And that's why we're here, to become stronger as a group. So thank you so much. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
See you at the sessions. In the small chapter category, there are two winners of the 2023 Chapter of the Year. Indiana Pro Chapter and Greater Cincinnati Pro Chapter. Could the chapter send officers to the stage to receive your plaques? Each of you. The two winners. Okay, I know Hagida, Cincinnati. That I know.
But Ginny's the president.
Oh, that's great. Oh, Ginny, yes. Hi, nice to see you. Let me give you your plaques. Come on over and hold them up while I read some stuff. So this is Cincinnati. Indiana. Oh, Indiana.
Where is Indiana?
I don't.
we're not
Maybe we don't have an Indiana person here.
But congratulations,
Yes.
Indiana.
We'll keep your plaque right here.
We won't take your plaque. Here, you hold this. You're the president.
Okay, first a little bit about Indiana Pro Chapter. They made great strides in FOI and professional development. In May, the chapter hosted a live broadcast discussing the change to Indiana law that allows cameras in the state courtroom. Under the direction of Chapter Vice President Megan Kramer, the chapter invited a panel of experts, Judge Mark Rothenberg, Marion Superior Court, retired Judge Marion Voorhees of the Delaware Circuit Court, the Chief Public Information Officer, Catherine Dolan, Indiana Supreme Court, Amanda Wilson of the Supervising Attorney, and this is a very thorough list, Indiana Office of Court Services, and David Coons, Staff Attorney, Office of Communication, Education, and Outreach. The award-winning chapter also hosted a group of international journalists that were visiting as part of the Edward R. Murrow Program for Journalists, organized through the U.S. Department of State. Nearly a dozen journalists from across the globe visited the WTHR Channel 13 studios and newsroom to learn about American journalism and journalists and share information about their own storytelling techniques and tools. The chapter, in partnership with the U.S. District Court, Southern District of Indiana, hosted a law school for journalists programs at the federal courthouse. So congratulations to Indiana. You're not here, but we send you good wishes. Yes. Now on to Cincinnati. The Greater Cincinnati Pro Chapter excelled in partnering with other organizations to further journalism locally and across the globe. They partnered with organizations such as the Cincinnati Police Department, Greater Cincinnati Association of Black Journalists, the Cincinnati Chapter of the Public Relations Society of America, the National Society of Newspaper Columnists, and Greater Cincinnati Black PR Pros, to ensure the chapter's programming touched more than journalists and media professionals. The chapter reached out to the community at large and universities through public forums and in educational sessions. They engaged local journalists and the public throughout the tri-state area with programs that focused on important topics such as diversity, ethics, freedom of information, and First Amendment issues. The Greater Cincinnati Pro Chapter also partnered with the SPJ freelance community to host a quarterly event series for freelance writers. Congratulations to our two winners, the Indiana Pro Chapter and the Greater Cincinnati Pro Chapter, as they continue to produce great work on behalf of SPJ and journalists everywhere. Congratulations, Cincinnati, who was here first with you.
Thank you for this great honor. And we do have a really strong chapter and members in Cincinnati. And some of our programs that Claire noted, the program with the Cincinnati Police Department has been a groundbreaking program for us. Really what we do is we host an annual media law seminar, and that really engages our members and the members of the media with the police department. And it really builds the relationship between the two groups. So it's been a great program. And she also mentioned the other partnerships that we do with some other journalism organizations. And those programs also continue to strengthen all of us as journalists. So I just want to say thank you to the society, and we really appreciate this great honor.
Thank you. Congratulations. I love hearing about these programs. They do more outreach beyond the journalism world, which is great. And thank you for your good work. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize other outstanding chapters. Though they were not selected as Chapter of the Year, their efforts are top-notch and should not go unnoticed. The SPJ Florida Pro Chapter, the New England Pro Chapter, and the St. Louis Pro Chapter were among a long list of chapters that went above and beyond to improve and protect journalism. Congratulations to all our chapters on a fantastic year. Let's give them all a round of applause again. Thank you. The chapters are what makes the society strong. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Ashanti just handed me a correction. So the deadline to submit resolutions is Friday, at 8 p.m. Pacific time and not 8 p.m. Eastern time. I guess that time came from Indianapolis, which is on Eastern time. Okay, and we are here in Pacific time. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Ashanti. Okay, we're at the closing session. Now that you've heard about the business items for consideration during this convention, unless there are other business items to introduce that should come before this opening session, we shall adjourn until Saturday afternoon. A glance at the program will show you that there are great things in store for the conference. The staff has worked incredibly hard to bring you training and networking opportunities, so be sure to take advantage of them. As a reminder, members in good standing as of 7 days ago will receive an electronic ballot via email at the close of this meeting. Should you have questions about the election process or your ballot, please see Rod Hicks, or you can email elections@spj.org. If you are serving as a chapter delegate, be sure to pick up your delegate information sheet at the registration desk in the expo hall. We'll see you all at the next business meeting at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday. Enjoy the conference, and I'll see you in the rooms. Thank you all. I need a motion to adjourn, but do you have something? Yes, come on up. Before we adjourn, you caught me just in time. That's okay. Just introduce yourself.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm Stacy Overton Johnson. A lot of people just call me OJ. That's totally fine. I am the chair of the freelance community. We are not a chapter, so we never get to enter any of the awards, but we do a lot of stuff, and I just want to make sure everybody knows what we do. Our membership is 509 members. That is, in 2022, we had 139 new members join. That's the best year we've had. Our Facebook page has 2,500 members. That's open to SPJ members and non-members. Our Twitter/X following is 6,493 followers. That's an increase of 806 just since April. We send a weekly newsletter with job opportunities and other opportunities for freelancers. Every Monday, we send that to 900 people. It has a 50% open rate. If you've ever sent a newsletter, you know how impressive that is. We maintain 2 databases, which are, I think, the most valuable things that the freelance community offers, and I don't think a lot of people know that we do this. We have a database of more than 500 outlets that we have curated, and it includes pitching guidelines, pay rate, how to pitch a particular organization, who to contact, how to get into that organization. And you can search that by what you write about, by the name of the magazine or newspaper. That is available to the people who are in our membership. We also do that with an opportunities database, which has a rolling deadline of fellowships, grants, and contests open to freelance journalists, and you can just go in there and see that. All of this was started and is maintained by Hazel Becker. She is an outstanding asset to the freelance community. The Freelance Fellowship Fund has awarded 3 freelance fellowships again this year to bring freelance journalists to the SPJ convention. We have paid the right way for 3 people to come here: airfare, food, a stipend, because they're not freelancing when they're here, so they get money for the day. We did that last year and had 3. That was our first year doing it. We intend to do that forever. And just at the end, we had lofty programming goals this year. We exceeded them. By the end of this year, we will have produced 8 educational virtual sessions, all by Zoom. We've done topics such as business of freelancing, how to add photography to your skill set. We're going to do one on taxes in December, taxes as a freelancer. In October 24th, mark your calendars. We're also hosting one on how to win grants and fellowships as a freelancer. That's in addition to the 3 sessions that we're putting on here, which is the editor freelancer meet and greet. We got an editor from the LA Times to come. I'm super happy about that. Overcoming imposter syndrome and a journalist's road to independence. So you're all, even if you're not freelancers, you're all invited to those. Please stop by the freelance corner and say hello. Even if you're just thinking about freelancing, we'll let you in our membership.
That's great. Thank you for all that information. I do want to take a moment before we adjourn so that when you're milling through the hallways or attending sessions, you can see these people and go up and say hello. I want to ask our current board officers to please stand for the current board. I see a bunch here, a couple of others scattered. Okay, so find them and talk to them. They want to hear your thoughts, your ideas, and even your complaints. And I'd also like to ask the former presidents, national presidents of SPJ to stand up. You deserve a round of applause. Carolyn Carlson, our second woman president of SPJ, the second one, 1989. Congratulations for that. But anyway, so please find them and go up and introduce yourselves, do some networking with them. They're our strongest leaders. Thank you. All right, and also don't forget, tonight is reception around the pool, starting at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I'm from New York, but I'm already in Pacific time. I don't mind being in Pacific time. Okay, so do I have a motion to adjourn? Oh, that was quick. Thank you, Don. Everybody wants to go to the casino. And Lauren, I have a second, and all those in favor, say aye. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming. Was a question?